hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, and today I gotta say, man, I want to talk to you guys about whether or not Shojoji has actually taken over Mujo's body in the Mujina Bandits arc, in the part of the story where it's taking place in Hozuki Castle. Now, I gotta be real with you, okay? Like, when I was watching the episode, I almost brought this up in the episode review, but I held back on it because I wasn't sure if maybe, just maybe, I was reading too much into the situation, but I saw a few of you guys, come to the same conclusion as me, so let me know, okay, now if the audience is thinking the same thing that I'm thinking, then clearly they're telegraphing something. So for those of you who are unaware as to where this might be going, essentially you have that scene where you have the number 2 guy in the Mujina Bandits who has basically told Sarada, like, I know you're a ninja, I know you're not really a reporter, how about you drop the act? And this is something very interesting to me because when you look at it, this is one of those times where the only person who would know that Sarada, in particular Sarada, is actually a ninja is going to be Mujo. Now, the reason why people are saying, well, did Shojoji actually take over his body is actually pretty simple. So Shojoji has a jutsu called the corpse clone jutsu, which basically allows him to take over the body and appearance and memories of whoever's brain he eats. And so I did this on purpose. I did videos talking about some of Shojoji's jutsu. That way when we got into the Mujina Bandits arc, you guys would catch some of the stuff as it happened, because I know there's a large portion of the people who watch the channel who are anime only. So I want to say this, right? I want to say this. I think that this is something we have to consider, and yet at the same time, I got a question about it, okay? I got a question about it. So if it is Shojoji, why is it that he's taken over Mujo's body and he's not, say, moving to eliminate the Konoha Ninja? Why is it that he's not just upping and freeing or having Kokiri immediately brought to him, because he is the warden of Hozuki Castle? So if it is him, why wouldn't he just move to eliminate the threat all the way? Having Shojoji in a manner like this, it'd be an interesting way to kind of bring him into the story. Don't get me wrong, I like this idea a lot, but it's something that I do question whether or not the logistics of it makes the most sense. Is this really the best way to introduce him into the arc? Now, I understand the idea of bringing this character in for the potential possibility of setting him up as being the overarching villain for this arc, because the big thing is like, once we transition to the second act, Shojoji's not going to have a lot of screen time on that back end of the arc. He might have a couple of episodes where he's fighting Boruto, and that's probably going to be it, depending on how they do the action in there. And so I think it might be a good idea to bring him in, but at the same time, I'm a little worried that kind of bringing him in and having him use this jutsu in this way is something that might leave a sour taste in the mouths of fans, because this has the potential to be something that is bad writing. And before I get out of here, I do want to kind of point out one more thing, because I get this a lot of people saying, why are we in Hozuki Castle? What's going on here? I thought we were getting the Mujina Bandits. Why does this feel like this is filler? So essentially, they're doing the exact same thing that they did in the versus Momoshiki arc, which is basically they're taking stuff that was implied in the novelization, implied in the manga adaptation, implied in the movie, and they were fleshing it out. That's why we got all those fights on the Chunin exams. That's why we got the downtime with the various members of Boruto's generation. That's why we got the tidbit with Boruto's birthday and the daddy issues with Naruto. So by putting in Hozuki Castle, the reason why they're doing this is in the Boruto manga, there was a quick mention that the Mujina Bandits had a couple of people at Hozuki Castle that Shojoji wanted brought out. He wanted them released, and we knew that the Mujina Bandits were an up-and-coming group of criminals in Konoha, but we didn't have the full context. And that's basically what this arc is doing. What this first act of this arc is doing is basically establishing who the Mujina Bandits are, what their goals are, and kind of taking things a step further to where we actually see what Shojoji's referring to when he says that he has people from the Mujina Bandits inside of Hozuki Castle and why it's so special and why he wants to get them out. But I want to know from you guys though, how do you guys feel about the potential that Mujo has actually had his body taken over? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.